Hello, my name is Ria. Welcome. This is my first YouTube video, so I think it'd be a really nice idea just to kind of introduce myself a little bit and tell you a little bit about what I think this YouTube channel is going to be about. A little bit about me is that I love to craft. I love crocheting, I love knitting, I love sewing, I love cross-stitching. But I have found that my most recent obsession has been 3D modelling in Blender. I do feel like Blender is quite the beast. There's a lot to learn, there's a lot of skills to develop, but it's been really fun trying. I have spent the better part of 3 years giving it a go, but I have failed a lot. I feel like I've gone through a lot of ugly phases, but finally I feel like this year I've developed understanding on how to kind of get past the ugly phase and create something that I'm really proud of and really excited to share. With that in mind, the plan for this channel is going to be just sharing that journey with you, using it as a bit of a journal, a bit of a diary, just to record where I am now and see how much I do improve in, let's say, 10 videos time, for example. In my limited experience, I think one of the best things you can do before starting a project is having a little mood board to inspire you and push you along whilst you're creating your make. There's such a wealth of knowledge out there that I feel like having a source can really elevate your piece that you're making. So with that in mind, it's PowerPoint time, baby! So in the most unironic way, I genuinely think PowerPoint is the best way to kind of collate your ideas all on one page, just get you going. And of course, with the cheesy fade in, here is my little mood board. I'm going to select the little pen image to help direct us and see where we're going. But the first image I found was this little guy in the bottom right corner here. I'd call him a little acorn autumnal fairy, but it's his little hat that I fell in love with. I absolutely fell in love with it because I just thought it was adorable and such a sweet little concept. And with that, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole finding little acorn hats, and I just thought this was adorable. There was the kind of birth of the idea, and I also kind of started thinking about kind of the little hats that scouts wear, and I found little Russell here from Up, and that's where the idea formed. So combining all those ideas and also looking at the scout illustrations that exist out there already, so this one by, is it Bihaya, that I found on Instagram, and also looking towards elements such as this girl here and this illustration over here as a little inspirations points for looking at kind of the art style I'm looking at, and I kind of veer towards as well. And then of course, just in case I want to add in a little background into my art, we've got a little tent to inspire me here. And who can ignore these little hobbits here in Emma Gould's illustration? I just thought they were adorable, look super adventurous, so I just thought they'd be really nice kind of they'd be really nice to include in terms of energy, and that's the kind of cute energy that I'm going for, and the adventurous spirit in my little scout as well. So with all that in mind, taking all the inspiration points, let me introduce you to my little acorn scout. So this is what I'm going to aim to make with this video here and this sculpt. So let's see how I get on. Just as we begin to watch the time lapse, I think it's really important for me to say that I would place myself firmly in the beginner category. With that being said, I'm really excited to learn from you guys as well. So if there's ever any moments where you think, maybe she could have done that in a better way, or oh, maybe I've got a really interesting tip that she might not know about yet, please feel free to share in the comments below. This little bit of the time lapse made me laugh a little. She just looks like she has a bowl cut. We're trying to go for more Edna mode, not more vector. Sometimes it can really feel like you're taking a few steps back when you delete something you've invested a little bit of time on. And sometimes it can also be really confusing because when you try again, what method do you use? But I think that's the beauty of Blender, the fact that you can just delete and start again and nothing's broken, nothing's been intruded, and you can just give it another go. I take it back. She still looks like Vector. I promise it gets better though. This is a public service announcement to say her glasses look like avocados. That is all for now. replacing the little acorn stalk on the hat, this was the bit that I felt like I was getting really excited because it was starting to come together. It looked less like a bunch of shapes and more like an actual human being. I think the most daunting part of this entire sculpting process has been making the clothes. I don't really have much experience in making them, and when I have tried, I feel like I've subdivided and applied the modifier far too quickly because then I've always ended up with too many vertices to work with. I don't know if you guys agree, but then it just gets really complicated and confusing, especially when you've got X-ray mode in, because there's just so much going on. I think one of the best pieces of advice that I've gotten whilst watching tutorials here on YouTube is when you first start laying out the idea, start low poly and keep it low poly until you're completely happy with the way it looks and the shapes you're going to make. It's almost like you're testing the waters and making sure you're completely confident with the base idea before you start spending more time working on it and developing the idea. A good foundation creates a really solid building after all. Now obviously I did veer a little bit away from the sketch, but I don't think skirts are that practical for a scout. Thinking about it, are shorts that practical either? She'd probably just end up getting eaten alive by mosquitoes or having her ankle stung by nettles. What does it matter? Trousers wouldn't look as cute as these little shorts anyway, in my opinion. they shouldn't have favourites, but the hat is my favourite part of this entire sculpt. The texture of it, when you compare it to the rest of the sculpt that is so smooth, it just really stands out and looks really beautiful. Do you fancy an acorn hat to wear to your next camping trip? Was that a yes? Then get a beret and stick stuff on it. DIY! I'm sorry my friends, I did end up choosing not to include a tent in the background. It just seemed a bit too complicated for the scene. No tents allowed, they're banned! Thank you so much for joining me today. It's so weird to see the little acorn scout go from like a really simple sketch into a full 3D render. I genuinely had so much fun modelling her, and I hope you enjoyed watching the process too. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, byes.